About accountability, and hopefully you can hear me. Accountability and how it really is a personal decision what kind of life you want to live. But once you've made that decision and you want to be held accountable to it, that's when you have to start filling your life in with the people, the places, the things, the habits that keep you accountable to that decision. And a little quick intro to where I'm at right now. Hi, I'm Jin. If you haven't met me before, hi guys. I have been a world traveling model since 2012. It's been my full-time thing. And a few months ago, found myself moving my base of operations to Miami, which is beautiful and behind me. I'm gonna go have a seat here, but let me know if you can hear me. The pool, one of the two pools, is back there, so it seems a little loud to me. And then I'll just quickly show you my view. Today's office. Oh my God. That's the city of Miami, and yes, it's beautiful. And I'm gonna come sit down in the sand over here. I'm gonna put my sunglasses back on because my filter didn't happen. Where'd my filter go? I'm all looking tired. Here we go. We're just gonna look cool with it. We're gonna come lounge and look cool and talk about accountability and anything else that anybody else wants to talk about or ask me or needs help with. So, traveling the world since 2011 as a mostly nude model, but as a result, two things I always heard a lot was that, wow. First thing I always heard was, wow, that's you? Which still happens when I show people my modeling. Like, did I just show you this is my no filter face? It's bright, sorry, it's bright, and I'm beautiful, I know. But when you see my modeling photos, you'll get it. Everybody says, that's you. And the second thing everybody always said was like, wow, Jin, you're so good at marketing yourself, which is 100%, 120% true. I don't know, part of it's like innate natural gift that marketing, even before I knew that's what I was doing, before I knew anything, any of the jargon, okay, about building a brand, you know, I was like, oh, I don't need a brand, I'm a person. I was building a brand, anything about like cold sales. I was like, oh no, that's what I was doing every time I reached out to photographers. Warm leads, network marketing, all these things. Didn't realize that that's what I was doing. But not only was I doing that, I was doing it very, very well. And so now, after more than a decade of traveling the world, dozens of different countries, seeing most of the west and east coast of the US, not very much in the middle. There's not a lot going on in the middle. But you know, I'm open to whatever. Dozens of countries, hundreds of photo shoots, thousands of photos. I also bring these expertise to you as a mentor in your own mindset, and marketing. And I always talk about mindset as that foundation before we start talking about, you know, what kind of content you need to be creating, because we need to make sure that your mind is in the right place for you to hold yourself accountable. Have you made that decision and you're holding yourself accountable to that decision? So what kind of life do you want for you? What does it look like? Does it look a little bit like this? Clearly for me, I was like, I want to be able to work by the pool and work from anywhere there's Wi-Fi. I want to be able to travel and get work wherever I go. And then eventually it led into, and I want to help other people do the same. I want to help other people achieve their dreams too. Being a model was something I dreamt of, that I always thought of as a pipe dream, right? I didn't grow up in a supportive environment. Last time I spoke to my stepdad, he made a comment about how Costco has those Wagyu steaks now and they're $200. He's like, I'll never be able to afford a $200 steak. What? I spent more than $200 on shampoo, you know? And so you can see just like the limiting belief there. So being a model and traveling the world certainly wasn't ever something that my family, had I shared that dream with them, would have supported or thought was possible for me. And this really came to light for me recently when my sister came out to Miami to visit me. And I'll be honest, I've been having a really rough fucking summer. I've been going through a lot of things, like emotionally, and learning a lot about relationships and setting boundaries and about myself, and the ways in which I was overgiving and how to heal that and support me. And so I was feeling really shitty about myself. But my sister came out here and she said this to me, and it meant so much. she thanked me. She said, thank you for leading the way. So perhaps if you're watching this, that's you. You want to lead the way in your family, in your life. You want to do something different. You want to create money and good experiences, following your dreams, doing what lights you up, and either helping others spiritually or artistically, or some sort of creative passion that you have that you want to share with the world, and you're ready to take it to the next level. So let's talk about it. It's important that it starts with a decision. And once you've made that decision, how do we hold yourself accountable to that decision? And accountability comes from many things. So all of us, right, New Year's is going to be here before you know it. And think of how many people make those goals to get to the gym and achieve certain weight loss or fitness, those sorts of things. It's a pretty common example we can use. And 9 times out of 10, the people who really stick to those goals are the ones that then also make the decisions to hold themselves accountable to those goals. They announce it publicly. They get a workout buddy. They invest in a high-end gym. So it's like, okay, I'm paying $200 a month for Equinox. I'm gonna be there because I'm not letting that $200 go to waste, right? They've invested in things that'll hold them accountable. Number one thing, okay, hire a trainer, because then it's not just you. It's not just on you. You're letting somebody else down. And that's something I want to talk about too. Holding yourself accountable. And when it comes to our marketing, or it comes to working for yourself, building your own business, this can be tricky. And I'm speaking from experience because I've been running my own business for over a decade now. And guess what? On days when I wake up and I just don't really feel like it, I don't have a boss. I am the boss. Like, who's going to get mad at me? Like, I am, but it's going to be really passive aggressive and unhealthy. So it's not effective leadership, right? And it's also not a very dedicated employee. Who and what is holding me accountable? It can and should start with you, but it can and it will be more effective the more factors you include. Even if that's just things like timers going off. So if we're sharing our business online, you're doing your social media marketing, having timers that go off every day, that's something that can hold you accountable, because there's this annoying sound happening. It's like, oh, okay, this thing I have to do. The fact that you took the intention to set those timers, that was you supporting your decision. Your goal is to show up more consistently online, because you know the more consistent you are, the quicker you're going to build your brand, the more you're going to get engagement, the more you're going to grow your following, and the more clients and sales and all kinds. Like, you know that marketing yourself is helpful. So how are you supporting your decision to be more consistent? So I just use the example of, like, even if you set timers, right? Because when you're wearing all the hats and there's nobody else depending on you, some days it just feels nicer to hang out by the pool. Which is why I like having a line of work. I created a life where I can do it by the pool, because otherwise I'd be ignoring what I'm doing, because I want to be by the pool either way. So that supports my decision, right? My decision is I want to be able to do my work from anywhere. Now, emotionally, I don't always feel like it. So what am I doing that holds me accountable? Then there's things like, oh, bills. Okay, you got bills to pay, so you got to show up. But that can really keep us still in such like a lack mindset, and like the hustle mindset, and this like barely making ends meet sort of level of life that we don't want to be at. So this business I've created is called Create Your Next Level for a reason. So let's talk a little bit more about accountability. And the other example I wanted to give, and anything else anybody wants to talk about today, as I'm enjoying this beautiful city of Miami. Take a look again. This is my view. That's another thing. I love a great view. I love things that are important to me. New things always light me up. Learning and experiencing new things. Diversity feeds me. That was my decision to come here. The first day in Miami, I heard 6 different languages, and I was like, yes, this is where I need to be. And then the beach, and then all the money. Like, it's just so many good things for me to be around, right? Being able to work wherever there's Wi-Fi, being able to work by the pool, being able to build my own brand, be my own boss. But then how do I hold myself accountable to those decisions? And a lot of that can be bills, A lot of that can be my niece and nephews. They definitely inspire me because I want to show them what's possible. But it has to come down to like more tangible things, because I certainly, for one, have like missed marketing myself for weeks because I was just dealing with other shit. And it's important that you have those outside systems to create accountability so you have that balance in life. It's not easy being a creative entrepreneur. It's not easy being any kind of entrepreneur. But especially as a creative, where maybe tech isn't your thing. Maybe you're emotionally sensitive, so social media really drains you, especially with all the negativity and anger. That pay it forward to you guys. That's the expression. So as I was saying, being a creative entrepreneur, an entrepreneur of any type, is very difficult, but especially if you're creative, if you're very spiritual, if you're very sensitive, showing up online. Or Wi-Fi went out there for a second. So I can tell you how unhappy I was for years and how ineffective my marketing was for years, because all I did was compare myself to others, and I still slip into it, which again is why, okay, it's good to have accountability. And so often that accountability, even though the decision comes from within you, those things that hold you accountable are outside factors. And that can be something like a coach. That can be something like a coach or a commitment or a group challenge. You know, that's why people sign up for like challenges online, like 30-day reel challenge, because they realize like that accountability can't just be coming from in you. Outside factors have to influence you too. And the example I wanted to give was, I was chatting with a really good friend of mine the other day, and she is somebody that the organization AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, has really helped her in her life and keeps her sober and brings her a safe place to go be real and raw and process and find support. And then also through that, she has had many sponsors that she calls them every day. And anytime she wants to drink, it's like these sponsors, these other people. That's why they have sponsors that keep her accountable to her sobriety. She's now entering the next phase of accountability, where she herself is getting ready to be a sponsor. So now she's going to have a sponsee. And I told her, I think that's going to be so good for you. Because imagine the accountability there. Not only now is she keeping to her sobriety for herself, which is step number one, but the hardest person to keep it for. But now she's also keeping her sobriety for her sponsor, which is like layer 2 and a little easier because you don't want to disappoint them. But now she has a sponsee. And now her sobriety, the decision she made to be sober, she has 3 levels through which she's having to hold herself accountable to that as a result, because she doesn't want to let her sponsee down. She wants to be a good example for her sponsee. So I love this. I wanted to share this as an example, that this was her decision to be sober, but how does she hold herself accountable? It's outside factors. So if you have made the decision that you want to make a really good living and have a really fun life and build a business your way and maybe travel the world or create passive income or help millions or write a book or whatever it is, to share your creative or spiritual gifts and talents, you have this message, this gift you want to bring, you have a certain way of life you want to live. If you made the decision that you want to do that you want to work for yourself and you want to take it to the next level, that's awesome. That's number 1, was the decision. But then from there, how are you holding yourself accountable? What types of things do you do? Do you set out goals at the beginning of the month of what you're going to do in order, and then like outline the steps of what you need to do to make those goals a reality? Because I do have a freebie that you can go download. I have a free monthly goal getter workbook that you go through, and that's exactly what you do. You start the month with intention. You also take a look back at how did the last month go. I call my business Create Your Next Level because it's intentional. It's not just I stumbled upon my next level, like, oh, I just like hustling and rambling through life and becoming burnout and like always chasing the next client, and all of a sudden, you know, my next level happened. No, it's intentionally. What is it that you want to accomplish, and what are the steps to make it happen? So that can be something that holds you accountable. It's just even writing it out. That's a very powerful tool, and that's a freebie that if you want, comment goals or something on this live stream, and I'll send you the link to download it. I just realized I haven't taken a photo for the cover image of this live stream, so we're gonna do that next. I'm gonna hold really still so I can get a good screen grab for the cover of this live. How's this? I like that the city is like in my sunglasses, or the sky is in my sunglasses a little bit. So this is me thinking ahead. I'm being intentional. Oh, I need a cover image for this live stream. I wish my hair looked a little better, but that's generally the case. Okay. All right, that should be good. Somewhere in there, I can get a good cover, I hope. All right, so you've made the decision. You want to create your next level. Now, how are you holding yourself accountable? Are you setting goals? Are you being intentional? Are you looking at the content you're making? Are you identifying who it is you want to work with and where you reach them? So I do have 12 steps that I outline in what I call my badass business blueprint of going through your goals, your brand, your ideal client, your social media, your content, your video content, your website, your email marketing, all these things. And I do have that actually also as a free workbook. You can download a badass business blueprint and go through it yourself. Or if you are ready, if you made the decision that you want to take your life and your business to the next level, and you're ready to invest in the people, the places, the tools to hold you accountable, I am so excited that in 2 weeks, I am opening up an opportunity to work with me in a brand new capacity where I'm limiting it to how many clients I can take on, because I'm going to be very hands-on with you for a 3-month transformation, going through all 12 of those steps through the Badass Blueprint together. And depending on whether you're signing up for just the coaching or if you're looking for coaching and social media management, pricing can start at just $50 a week, depending on where you're at and what you're able to invest in right now. But I can tell you, whether it's just the coaching and it's me there every day in the group holding you accountable now, saying, hey, Danny, you said you were going to do this weekend. How did it turn out? And it's all of us liking each other's content, saying, hey, why didn't you post today, right? It's going to be like our own AA, and there is 12 steps. There is 12 steps to it. It's a little bit different than AA, I'm pretty sure, but similar in that way, where me and the rest of the group of creative entrepreneurs are going to be there to hold you accountable. So that's starting up in 2 weeks. If you're ready, you want to work with me, I can't wait to work with you. It is absolutely my favorite thing. I'm getting goosebumps right now. I'm getting goosebumps just saying it. It is my favorite thing, and something that I am so innately good at, and then also have had a lot of experience and invested time and money in learning these things. But taking on a new client, a student, a friend, whoever, taking a look at where you are and where you want to be, and outlining the steps to make it a reality. That is my gift. I can see the forest through the trees, and I want to be there to hold you accountable to your decision to make those next level dreams come true. So if that's you, comment ready if you want more info on how to join. Again, it's going to be 3 months where I'm going to be offering coaching inside of the Voxer group. There's going to be monthly master classes. It's going to be a bit of a mastermind with the other clients in there. And again, I am offering, depending on what level you're at, you know, it's like either you're doing it yourself with guidance from me, or I'm there helping do it with you, and sometimes a little bit for you, because I know it's good for you. But ultimately, it still has to be you. But so some social media management services in there. Depending on where you're at, we can get you started. $50 a week, starting in 2 weeks. Only 10 people are joining me. I already got 1 sign up. Photographer, amazing female photographer, entrepreneur, very creative individual, ready to take her business and her brand and her life, right? Her life to the next level. So if that sounds like you want to join in the fun, I'm ready for you, and I know you're ready too. And sometimes being ready is just a decision. Nobody's ever ready. If you go parachuting, nobody's ever ready to jump out of the plane. That's insane. But at some point, you just do it. I wasn't ready to move to Miami. My shit is not together, you guys. Oh, this is a great screen grab. I'm gonna do this. This will be a better cover. Not that. I don't know why I make that face. It's not a cute face. Anyway, this is me behind the scenes. This is not my modeling. And I got distracted by how beautiful I am. I forgot what I was saying, but it was really important, I'm sure. Point being, I believe in you. Oh, the decision is up to you. And then holding yourself accountable, the more outside factors you can bring in for that boo, the better. The better. And you know it's true. You've all seen it. We all have like workout buddies at some point. Accountability buddies. So, I'm going to be on you. I'm going to be there every day because I believe in you. I'm going to hold space and push you and guide you and how to create that next level. But I can't do that with everybody. So, we're limiting it to 10 this round to get started to work with me in this 3-month transformation. So comment below, ready if you want to join. Let me know some things that you found help hold you accountable to the decisions in your life, to showing up in your marketing, to building your business, to being more creative. What are some of the things that help you and guide you? And oh, look at it's been really nice. I had like this whole area, kind of some privacy, huh? Everybody's coming out to play. All right, what am I gonna do? Maybe I'm gonna go back to the pool. What does Jin do next? I got plenty to do. One thing that helps hold me accountable, I have a schedule. I write things down in it every day. And it feels good. I get like a little dopamine every time I get to check something off, right? So literally it'll say like eat. I'm like, I did something. Like even if I did, that's all I did today, but it feels good. All right, guys, lots of love. Thanks for tuning in. Comment below. And I'm going to be going live every day for the next couple weeks. If you want to join a live stream, be one of my guests, let me know. Tomorrow I'm going to be chatting with, who am I chatting with? Kaylin, an incredible priestess, guiding woman, a mentor in my life. Amazing. It's going to be all good. So come back.